Let's see if this works. Let's see if I'm live.
Hey guys, it's Brianna.
Hello. Nope. Wrong button. Hold on. Oh, you're seeing everything. Oh shit. Fuck. Hold on. Boop. Hold on. Hold on. How do I mute? Okay. Give me a minute. I need to see if I'm live now. Am I live? Am I live? Yeah. Oops. Hello. Let me share this out. Hold on. Let me adjust everything that's going on here. Beep. Okay. I don't know if anyone's even gonna show up or if anyone wants to hang out or anything. Man. What a day. I just wanted to do something. Here, hold on. I'm tweeting all this out. Today's been a day. 4 people viewing. Where is everyone? Everyone's probably getting off work. Everyone's just, hanging out. Okay. Well, for anyone who's watching, hi. Hi, folks. How are you? Hope you're well. I have had a day and a half. Oh man. Today's been a day. It's been very emotional, honestly. And I had a panic attack earlier today. And so I came home from work early and I took a nap. I tried to relax and I needed to do something, right? I needed to do something. I can't just be still, especially because I'm like kind of anxious. Okay, was just watching your old Flash reactions. Hi, Proximity. I hope you're okay. Yeah, it was a really weird day, a weird bad day. So I'm like, okay, I'm home now. I took a nap. I need to brush myself off. I'm like, okay, what can I do? And I went to go react to some stuff today. Oh man, that was my stuff. I went to go react and then I realized I left my headphones at work. I'm like, okay, reacting's out of the question today because I don't have my headphones. I tried to see if I can react without headphones and like have my audio go through like the built-in outputs, but my computer doesn't have input output. It's not like my MacBook. My MacBook has a built-in audio or a built-in output. So I was gonna see if I can react that way. Realized I couldn't, and so I'm like, okay, what can I do? I was gonna bake. I thought I had brownies, and then I was like, okay, well, can't bake. I had cookie mix. I'm like, okay, let's make cookies. And I don't have any butter to make cookies. And so I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, I could only sit down and like watch TV for. I could only sit down and watch TV for. I don't even how long before I get like stir crazy. I felt like I needed to like get up and do something. And I'm like, okay, let's try to do something productive. I tried to be productive and it all fell through. I'm like, okay, no big. So I'm like, okay, my microphone works. I can still live stream and hang out with everybody if if they wanted. So yeah, we're here. I'm feeling okay, Team Forward. It's been a day. It's been a day. And so I'm like, okay. It was a very, very rough morning. Genuinely. Congrats to you and Britt on graduating. Thank you, Wolfman. Oh, God. So Brittany graduates this Sunday. And I graduate the 24th. So not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that. And so, yeah, I'm so excited to be done with school. Productive would be doing homework, so I'll probably be doing that after this. I just wanted to chat. It's been a minute since I've live streamed. I don't think I've live streamed in my new setup. I think this is the first time I live streamed, actually, in my new space. Does everyone like it? Hold on. Everyone like the new setup? The wall has expanded. So, okay, we're going to talk about the wall. Remember my wall? It consisted of just 2 shelves, and it was black, and it was like kind of gloomy and stuff. And so, hi Andrew, hope you're okay. To be fair, my little recording space before was in like a small section of the master bedroom, whereas like here, hold on. I have so much room for activities. Like this is a whole ass. I have a whole office. It's my favorite thing in the world. It's my favorite. I'm so happy with this new place. I found this place. Yeah, this is the first time I live streamed. Well, no, okay, just kidding. I lied. This is the first time I did just a solo stream. I've live streamed in my new place for Dungeons and Dragons every Saturday, but this is the first time I was just, it's just me. It's hot as hell. Turn on the fan. I hope it isn't too loud. But yeah, no, we found this place kind of by accident. So our lease was coming up. Hi, how are you, Psych? You doing okay? Or Zeke? So sorry. I hope you're doing okay. It has been a minute. But yeah, no, so our lease was up in May. May 1st our lease was gonna be up. And so leading up to May 1st, we knew since like July of last year that we're like, all right, we're moving out when the lease is up, because we were living with 2 roommates, and it was cool for a while and stuff. It was nice, and then Zach and I are in a different place in our lives. We're not that bad. Like those Cody and Tyler are like bachelors. They didn't get their bachelors, but they're single and they want to go out and party all the time. And just Zach and I are in a completely different like space in our lives, like anyway. And so we were looking for a place, and I was looking for a few different places, and I had my budget, and I'm like, okay. And also California budget, fuck off, dude. Why is it so damn expensive for a 3-bed? Okay, so I was looking at places, and most of the stuff that was in my budget I was hoping for a 3-bed, but at the very least we were gonna get a 2-bed, because one, I need an office. I need an office desperately. With what I do for work, I need my own space. And so I was online shopping, and like I put in a few applications here and there. And then there was this one apartment that I really liked, and I put in the application for it, and I heard back, and they're like, hey, we just took this listing off of apartments.com. However, we did like a pre-credit check, and you got approved for this one. I'm like, okay, what's this one? And so this one, I fell in love instantly. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath, which I grew up with a 3-bed, 1-bath. So I'm like, it's just Zach and I. Who else are we going to share a bathroom with? And so we walk in. There's so much space. Like, I haven't actually found the time to edit my kind of vlog about my new apartment. I might do a different one, because I uploaded one on OnlyFans, and I'm like, I probably should upload one here as things are getting more unpacked. But we walk in with the realtor, and I instantly fell in love with how much space we have. I looked at this place, I'm like, there's no way we're filling this. There is no, hi Chris, hope you're doing okay. I looked around, I'm like, there's no way. And so we were walking around and I'm looking. I loved the appliances. I loved the space. And I look at Zach, I'm like, I want this one. This is the one I want. And so we put in for the application and it was, hi Shane. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. And so we put in the application, which was a mother and a half, because the current landlord that we lived in, she didn't want to have us sign the addendum, and it was just this whole thing. Like, we were fighting with our current landlord to get to the new place. And so there was a lot of anxiety and stuff, and I was just like, dude, I already like started imagining how I wanted to set up my room. And so we got the place and we moved in last month. It's gonna be, holy shit, we've been in this place for a month, because we moved in April 10th. It's May 11th. We've been in here for a month, guys. And I'm so happy. I have my own space. I had to put a lot of stuff into storage when I moved into the apartment, because I got a lot of shit, I'll be honest. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff from you guys, from our mailboxes and stuff. And of course, I'm a hoarder and I'm a collector, and so I'm a hoarder and a collector, and I like to buy things. And so I had to put a lot of stuff in storage. And so when we got this place, I'm like, I literally have my own room to put all of my fun stuff. And the lights stayed. And so I got new shelves. I got 4 new shelves because they're all white. And then my old shelves are in Zach's office. And I have a vanity, and I have so much room for activities, guys. I'm so excited. And so, like, I have to upload, like, an updated, like, house tour or something. I need to do something. Again, I did one for OnlyFans, but not for regular YouTube. So yeah, that's that update. I'm feeling a lot better than earlier. Like I said, I had a really bad panic attack at work today, and I ended up getting sent home. Cause it was so bad. I just got so overwhelmed, and I didn't know what to do with myself. And so I had very much a lot of anxiety running this show, and I've done shows multiple times. I've done many things, and I don't know. There was like 5 people telling me what to do, telling me 5 different things I needed to do, and I just got super overwhelmed, and I ended up running out of the op because I couldn't handle it. Part of me regrets running, but another part of me was like, that was just very overwhelming, and I felt like I was suffocating, and so like I had to run out of there. I couldn't breathe. Unfortunately, I have a thing called panic disorder, and so I was just losing my mind. I couldn't think straight. I couldn't breathe. I was seeing stars, and like I couldn't get a handle on myself no matter how hard I tried. And so, yeah, that was fun, she said sarcastically. But my boss, he was super understanding, and he was like, yeah, that was a lot. A lot of things could have been communicated better, and there was a lot of things that they could have done on their end, things I could have done on my end to be better, and we just have to move forward. But just this morning, I was like, first off, I worked a 16-hour shift yesterday, and then they called me. I worked 7:30 a.m. they changed it. The call was 6 a.m., and I stayed until 10:30 p.m., and then I had to show up to work this morning at 6:30. So I only got 5 hours of sleep, and I'm trying to run this show, and it got very overwhelming. Like I'm running on 5 hours of sleep, and just the pressure to I thought I was doing good, and then not everything came crashing down. I wouldn't say that per se. So with the show I was working, we didn't get a tech rehearsal. Like, this company did not want to do a tech rehearsal for whatever reason. And so I couldn't dial in everyone's microphones properly. And so I couldn't do a mic check until the show, because you can't check a mic without someone speaking into it. and I simply had no time to do a mic check. And so the issue was when each panel would start, people would start talking finally into the microphone. And of course, there's feedback. And so it's that 2 to 3 minutes of time where I have to, that's when I can start EQing, and that's when I can start getting levels for mics. So, like, give me 2 minutes, and the rest of the show is flawless. And that's what's been happening. That's what happened all day yesterday. And what I thought today, turns out that first off, the client, he didn't tell me. He thought the show was going well, etc., etc. And then I found out, he said this morning that he was very upset with the show last night, which I was really confused because I hardly did anything last night. It was pretty straightforward, easy peasy show. And so it was I was kind of taken back that he thought that it was, I was taken back that he thought that the show was horrible, and he was like saying all these things, in which, looking back, like, I don't think I did anything. Like, the awards show, I think, was great. Maybe I can see a little bit from, like, the earlier panels, but again, in the beginning, I just needed to dial everyone in. That was my only time I could. And so just hearing that and having my bosses being like, hey, this needs to be dialed in. And then, like, I understand the client telling me what needed to be done. Like, oh, this microphone needs to be brought up, blah, blah, blah. I had, like, 4 other people coming up to me. I have no idea who these people are. 4 people were, like, at the edge of the booth, like, hey, this needs to be turned up. Hey, this needs to do this. First off, y'all, I have no idea who the fuck you guys are. You guys are not part of the planning team. You're not part of the planning committee. You're not my boss. You're just random people who think that you can tell me what to do. Like, I don't need that. You're not helping the situation at all. And of course, you're telling me something that I already know. Like I already know there's feedback. I already know, I hear it. Let me do what I need to do. And I was just very overwhelmed with 7 different people trying to tell me what to do. And I'm trying to do my job. And then the show caller, he, bless his soul, he, love him to death. I think he's a great guy out of it, but he just has no idea what the fuck he's doing. And so he started reaching over me and, like, messing with the board, and was like, the feedback got insane. And I'm like, I don't know what he's doing, because he's just flipping knobs at this point. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so it sounds horrible, and I feel everyone's eyes on me, and I'm my own worst critic. And so I'm like, all the voices of, Brianna, you're supposed to be an audio engineer. Like, why are you fucking up? Like, this is, like, wow, great show. Like, this is the best of your abilities. This is it. And so it was just, like, that kind of was just the icing on the cake. And I ran out. I couldn't be in that room anymore. Like, at this point, like, I already was, like, the panic was already building up. And, like, I felt I felt myself sniffling. I was trying to focus. And then he, like, reached over and was just, like, messing with my board. That the feedback got insane. To the point where my A2, he had to run up and he was just giving everyone handhelds. And I lost it. I didn't lose it in the room. I just, like, I had to leave. I look at my show caller. I'm like, I'm having a panic attack. I can't be in this room. And so I ran out, and I ran to the girls' bathroom, and, like, I couldn't breathe. I was full-blown panic attack. I was trying my best to calm down, and it just wasn't happening. Because it's not like I don't know, you know? It's like, I know there's feedback. Just give me a minute, let me do my job. And just, it felt like no one was giving me room to do my job. And so I felt just all that pressure. And hi Jacob, I hope you're okay. And just, I felt that pressure. Yeah, that was today. And keep in mind, I worked 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. last night. That was a 16-hour shift. I come in at 6:30. The show starts at 8:30. I thought the morning show went great because we had one panel from 8:30 to 10:30. And it went great. Again, I had no time to do mic checks. And so the show starts, and I'm live mixing the the first 5 minutes of the set. So of course there's a little bit of feedback here and there, but like afterwards, it's done. Just like let me do my job. And so when that happened the second time, and I'm just like, I'm getting that pressure, and just there's 50 people, not is over exaggeration, but it was like 7 people telling me what to do. And I just got super overwhelmed to the point like I couldn't even see who was on what mic because I'm trying to look at the stage and who's speaking, and there's tears in my eyes, so I can't see which person is standing and what person corresponds to which microphone. And so when he reached over and was messing with my board, it made it sound worse. And so because that happened, I didn't know how to fix it because he's now fucking with the board, and now I don't know what's wrong because now you're messing with it and I can't do my job, and I lost it. I had to leave. I felt like I was suffocating. I felt like I genuinely couldn't breathe. I couldn't see. I was trying my hardest to like keep it together, but I let it all out. I ran to the bathroom and I was in there for like 5 minutes, maybe even longer, and I was just trying my best. I'm like, I need to get back in there. I need to do my job, but I just couldn't leave. I couldn't get out of the bathroom, and I was freaking the fuck out. And so I like tried. So I was in the bathroom, like, okay, I can do this. And so I thought I composed myself, and I'm walking towards the door back into the room. I was like getting worked up again, and it was my boss. He's like, Bree, come here. And he like takes me over to the stairwell. I fucking lose it again. Like I'm already like, I lost it. I lost my mind, and because then that guilt of like crying in front of my boss, I've never done that. Now I'm crying in front of my boss, and I feel that guilt and like humiliation, like holy shit, my boss was counting on me to do this job, and I let him down. And so that thought now is in my head. I'm like, wow, great, Bree, I ruined the show. And so that on top of like all that like self-doubt and stuff, I lost it again, and I just kept crying. And just it would not stop, and like we were in the stairwell for like 10 minutes, and he was very sweet. He was just trying to make sure I was okay, and he was also a guy, so he was like, these things happen and I get it, and he was just like, what can we do to be better, like what can we tell the client? And I felt bad because I'm like, I don't know what to tell the client. Like, I tried my best, and I explained to Michael my frustrations and everything. And just, it was overload central. Like, I couldn't even formulate a word. I just was apologizing profusely because, again, I felt bad because Michael counts on me. And so, because I'm the audio lead. And so, like, I should have had this down, and I did have it down. I was doing a good job. At least I thought. Yeah, there was like, what show doesn't have technical difficulties? And so I just felt like I wasn't able to do my job because I had like 50 people on me. And because of the sleep deprivation, it just made everything worse. I felt tired. I was, tired and exhausted because it was emotionally taxing. And so then again, the whole shit, I let Michael down. Shit, I did a bad job. Shit, wow, you're a really bad audio engineer, Brianna. You want to do this? And then the whole, like, again, the other thought that came in my head is like, wow, and you're going to work for Sony? You're going to work for Sony and you messed up this show? And so that thought stayed with me all morning. Hi, Webhead. And so I ended up leaving. Like, he told me that I didn't have to worry about it. He already called in another tech to take over, in which it was fixed immediately, which was fine. Like, the whole thing was, like, it was fixed fine. It just needed slight adjustments, so the tech that came in was able to fix it immediately, because, like, it's not like I didn't know what to do. I 1000% knew what I had to do, and kind of walking away from the situation, like, now looking back at it, now not having, like, 50 million people on me, I was like, yeah, okay, it was the highs. I needed to bring down the highs, bring up the lows, have that fill, and my mistake was mixing an entire matrix and not each channel by itself, which it worked, like, because I've done this millions of times. I've not millions of times, but I've done shows like this. Is not the first show I've done. And Michael even was explaining, like, no, Bree, like, I still count on you. You're still an incredible audio engineer. Everyone makes mistakes. And we all have bad shows. That doesn't make you any less of an audio engineer. And he was very sweet about it. And it's just, again, me battling my head. Because then, like, 'cause in my head, I'm like, wow, good job, Bree. You did it. And so, like, I couldn't be in I couldn't even be in the building. Like, I didn't even want to be in the building anymore. I was just so embarrassed, if anything. It was mainly embarrassment, and also just, like, it was just so much. I almost quit on the spot. Genuinely and truly, like, in that moment, I almost quit my job. No, this was at my current job that I will not name the company. I work for an AV company for corporate meetings and stuff, and so I do that. I just got a job at Sony. I got offered a job at Sony as game test analyst. Game audio test analyst is what I'm gonna be at the end of the month, which is cool. So imagine me going through this shitty show, and just thinking, like, again, in my head, I'm just like, wow, you're not good enough for Sony, Bree. Like, you messed up this show. Like, are you even good? Are you a good enough audio engineer? You can't even run this show. Which, talking with Michael, and I was talking to Alex and stuff, just, everyone has a bad show. Everyone makes mistakes. And it's how we learn from those mistakes. And now, again, looking back, I can look back at that and just be like, okay, no, I definitely should have done this. And I definitely had the capability to do what I needed to do, but just other circumstances made me not able to function. Like, maybe they should have had another tech with me so we can relieve each other and take over the op. And maybe I should have pushed harder for the client to give me a tech rehearsal. Or there's a lot of factors now that I can look back and be like, okay, this is what I could have done. And I definitely learned from this, but just, yeah, it's good to know that you have a supportive boss. He was very understanding and supportive. And after the whole event, he's like, I just want to make sure you're okay and try not to sweat it too much. We all have bad shows. And he's like, I can't tell you how many times I've messed up. And this was technically my first offense, because he's like, I always count on you when it comes to audio. And you've saved our asses multiple times. And even Alex was explaining, he's like, how many times have you come into the chat and say, hey, I saved the day? Which I have, which now being able to just breathe, I took a nap. It was nice. I ate Taco Bell and I took a nap. I broke my fucking diet because I was so upset. And so, yeah, I know I'm a good audio engineer. I would like to think I am. I got a fucking job at Sony. I've been doing this for fucking how many years? And so, it was just a lot this morning. And, like, my eyes still hurt and my cheeks still hurt from crying. Because, like, I think for, like, a solid 2 hours, I wasn't able to, like, even formulate words. So after talking with Michael, he's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, can I please just go home? And he was like, yeah, no, we got the show from here. Just keep your head up. If I need tomorrow, take tomorrow. Which I'm still debating. Like, I'm genuinely just embarrassed. Yeah. Embarrassed, humiliated, kind of. Because I thought the show was going well. I thought it was going well. And then just kind of having... It was the damn bitches that were, like, they were just part of the show. Like, they had nothing to do with the planning process. They were not one of the techs. They were not one of my bosses. They weren't one of the clients. It was just random people being like, hey, this needs to happen. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, I have 4 people coming up to me like, hey, the microphone's having feedback. Like, no fucking shit, dude. No way. You hear it too? That's insane. Oh God, it was like, again, it was just sensory overload. And I only got 5 hours of sleep. This whole show this week, it was a very draining show. And like my coworker, oh my God, my coworkers were angels. My coworkers, I have the best coworkers in the world. And they were like, Bree, this show was a train. This Saeed was saying this train was on fire the moment it left the station. Like, the client didn't know how to plan. They had multiple pop-ups in multiple rooms. And it was just, there were so many factors. And even Saeed was saying yesterday during his shift that he was like, dude, I'm not coming in tomorrow. Like, fuck this. Like, this is so overwhelming. Like, I felt validated in a sense that, like, even my coworkers felt like the same pressure from this group. And so they were like, yeah, no, Bree, do you? Because this was a lot. I'm like, okay. Oh, so it's just, yeah. I could not be in that building anymore. Josh, he went and got my stuff out of the room because I ran. I fucking left. I left my phone there. I left my laptop. I left my headphones because I don't have headphones because I was going to react today, but I left them on the tech table. Oops. Well, I genuinely had to get out of there. I was like, it was so overwhelming. But again, now that I stepped away from it, I know what I needed to do. And also, okay, well, the one thing I also appreciated was the tech that came in, I knew. And so his name's Daniel. He came in and he took over the rest of the show. And first, he called. When I finally like got my bag, Josh gave me my bag, my phone, and I ended up walking. I walked out of the building. I'm like, I cannot be here waiting for my husband. Like, Zach was coming to pick me up. I'm like, no, I'm walking. I need to get out of the building. And so I was walking, and I was just walking and getting some clean air and stuff and just trying to breathe. And then the tech, Daniel, who took over for me, he tried calling me, and I was just so embarrassed that I sent him to voicemail. I'm like, I'm not answering this dude. Like, this, I don't want to explain to this dude or have this dude tell me how bad I fucked up because I already know. You know? Like, I don't want someone else being like, hey, what the fuck? When I already know what the fuck, you know? I just didn't want to hear it again. And so I like, nope, decline. I know exactly what you're going to say because I'm already saying it to myself, so I'm not answering. And then one of the other techs, he was the video guy. We just exchanged Instagrams, and so he messaged instantly. He's like, "Hey, like, are you okay?" And I explained, like, dude, like, this was a lot. And again, I felt validated again because he was like, "Yeah, no, I wish I had a replacement. This fucking show sucked." Cause oh my God, my poor friend. He's the video guy, and so he's in charge of projection. And last night they sent him slides out of order. So for the award ceremony, he's flipping through 78 slides trying to project the right one to the main screen. And again, this show was such shit. It was such shit. And so he was just like, yeah, no, that was a lot. And I wish someone replaced me. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, I had to get out of there. And he was just like, understandable, dude. And he's like, hopefully we can hang out before you go to Sony. I'm like, yeah, I hope so too. So yeah, I ignored Daniel's call. Cause Daniel, he's an audio specialist, and I met him once, and I was just like, dude, he's gonna grill me, cause he's a tough cookie. He gets on people. Like, he's very strict, which I respect, and he likes to tell it how it is. So when I saw he was calling me, I'm like, nope. I already know what he's gonna say. I already know what he's gonna say. I already know the things he's gonna tell me to improve on, because now I know. Stepping away from him, like, I know exactly what I needed to do. So I'm like, I'm ignoring you. And then it was maybe a few hours later, he texts me. He's like, hey, I'm here, and this is what I did. And so he laid it out. Like, he didn't grill me. He actually was like, hey, so this is what I did to fix it. He wasn't being condescending. He wasn't trying to be like uppity or know it all. He was just like, hey, this is what I did. And I was like, okay, thank you. I genuinely appreciate it. And then he was just like, yeah, no problem. Like, if you ever need help, like, call me. I'm like, okay, thank you. And so I liked how he was forward. He doesn't coddle. He's not a coddling kind of guy. But he didn't rub salt in the wound, which is nice. Which I appreciate. Because again, like, if he were to grill me, it's stuff I already know. It's stuff I already knew I needed to do. And so it was just, yeah, I needed to get the fuck out of there. It was a lot. It was probably my worst show. I've never, again, it was just that pressure of like, this is literally what I do for a living, and I can't believe I fucked up that bad. In which, in retrospect, looking back, it wasn't even that bad. It was just feedback. It wasn't the end of the world. The show still went on, and the audio feed that was going to the records was fine. Nothing regarding like the audio heading into like the records was damaged. It was just the output of the speakers into the room. And so it wasn't that, it was bad. It was bad, but it could have been a whole lot worse, if that makes sense. I'm just glad I had an understanding boss and even understanding coworkers. Just, oh gosh, I just couldn't stop. Like, I couldn't even pull myself together to finish the show. Like, I couldn't pull myself together, and I just was shaking. I couldn't stop crying. I cried all the way home, and then I had a Baja Blast, and I was fine. So that was my morning. Let me read some messages now. It's really good you have a boss that's understanding smart. Yeah, he is. He's really good. I was at Sony weeks ago for their tour, so I hope I could get a job there or any studio, but sorry to hear that. Glad you have people here to support you. Yeah, they're very supportive. They were great, and even to the point where it's like, if you choose not to come in, I understand tomorrow. And he's like, if you need to take the day, which I'm going to go in, I think. I'm going to ask to go in a little later so I can sleep. I'm going to ask to come in, like, can I come in at 10? Because it's just been so exhausting. Can I come in at 10 instead? I'll stay later. I'll do whatever. Just, I can't be here. Yeah, I almost quit on the spot. I'm glad I didn't. I didn't want to. The last thing I don't want to do is let anyone down. And it's like Zach said, he was just like, you're a people pleaser, and so you take a lot of things to heart. Not that it's a bad thing, but like, you want to make sure that you do your best. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And he's like, yeah, and you take failures personally. I'm like, yep, that's me. Oy, oy, oy. What are my thoughts on the Gotham Knights TV show? Haven't watched it. I've been meaning to react to it. I just haven't gotten to it. I was going to react today, but I forgot my headphones at work. I told you, I dipped. Sorry you had a trying week. It's okay, Stuart. We all have those weeks. I'm just glad that I had an understanding boss, an understanding husband, and an understanding coworkers. Oh, man, but you can see my cheeks. They're all swollen. The only reason I have makeup on was because I was going to try and record today. I thought I was going to record some reactions today, but I think the universe was like, no, Bree, don't do any more work. Why are you working? You had a major panic attack this morning. What are you doing? And I did my rest. I feel like I needed to do something. My two favorite shows are on delayed, and it's both their final seasons, Stranger Things and Cobra Kai, but I will patiently wait for them. I heard Cobra Kai is good. That was a truck passing by. I heard Cobra Kai was really good. I just haven't found the time to actually, like, watch it, or... Honestly, I'm the same way. Whenever I mess up, I take it really personally. It hurts because I know I'm better than that. Oh my God, Jacob, exactly. Because it's, again, stepping away from the situation, I was like, damn, I know where I fucked up. I needed to bring down the highs, up the lows, and level out the mids. I should have mixed each channel individually instead of like doing a group thing. Like I should have just done it that way. And like I know now that I'm away from it, I know what I needed to do. And like I know I'm better than that. That's why I'm so hard on myself. Ooh. Like that's why I'm so hard on myself, is because like I know what I needed to do. Bro, I hate this. Sorry, I ate chocolate. I need water. Hold on. I'll be back. 2 seconds. Okay. Hi, Andy. I hope you're okay. Yeah, no. What a day. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm still kind of debating if I want to go in tomorrow because, like, again, I'm still really embarrassed. And I have a headache from crying. I should have taken, like, some sort of pill or anything, but I didn't take anything. I just woke up. Whether on OF or live streaming here, whenever you talk about your day, it's very therapeutic, honestly. Thanks! Thank you! I don't know, I kind of, especially when it comes to, like, because I've been doing this since I was 19. Anyway. No, I've been doing this since I was 18. Anyway. Oh, man. Oh, dude, next year, 2024, is 10 years of fandom reactions. I'm so old. Some of you grew up with me. Yeah. I've been doing this for a minute. I don't see the need to hide who I am, if that makes sense. And so, whether it's on OF or on YouTube, you're getting what you're getting. I'm not trying, like, I don't think we've ever tried fake personas because we'd laugh at them. Nikki and Hannah and I were like, dude, how? Like, just, what I enjoy about us is that we are us on and off screen. We don't, Nikki is just as fearless and takes no shit as she is on and off camera. Hannah is Hannah. She's just kind of there. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I love her. But yeah, no. Whether it's on here, whether it's OF, where it's anywhere, like, we're just us. What you see is what you get. On OF, literally. What you see is what you get. That was a stupid joke. And I recognize that. Yeah, I'm glad it could be therapeutic for you. I'm glad. Hi, spoiler of movies. Don't spoil movies. Speaking of, Guardians of the Galaxy, that new movie, without spoilers, spoiler of movies, did we like it? I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if you know, but a few weeks ago they released a 30-second teaser for the new Godzilla Kong movie that teases a new villain. It's coming next March as well. Which one? Do we know? Are they gonna bring my boy? Not my boy. Okay. Part of me thinks that my place is haunted. I thought I heard, like, the door trying to open, and I'm like, it's 6:24. My husband gets off at midnight. What the fuck is this? And so I'm, like, peeking out. I'm like, dude, this might be the day I die. Oh my god, earlier today, like, literally, like, an hour before I even attempted to, like, record anything or stream anything, I hear clicking. I hear, it was this. Hold on. I hear. But there was no lights turning on. It sounded like the clicker to, like, the room light just going on and off, like, I'm listening and I'm like, there's a fucking ghost. I was like, no fucking way. And so I was just like, oh shit. Well, I'm about to die. Here I go. And I walk into my room. I say my room, my office. I walk into the office and I'm like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Am I about to die? Is this it? Is there like a little girl standing in the middle of my fucking room right now? I thought that was it. And then it was clicking outside the window. Someone was like cranking something outside. There's construction happening. And so that's what I heard. And so I'm hearing it out there. I'm like, holy fuck. I thought I was going to die. Like, I'm convinced. Okay, another thing, the reason that I'm like, it's out of the realm of possibility. It's not out of the realm of possibility of my place being haunted, because when I was first moving in and I was unpacking my office, I love my office, on the door, like underneath like the coat of paint, there's in red, it said keep out. And so it was like late at night, I'm unpacking my office, I look at the door and I just see barely on the door keep out. I'm like, oh fuck no. Oh fuck no. I'm like, who are we keeping out? I'm like, and so I emailed my landlord. I'm like, hey, I just want confirmation. Did anyone die in this apartment before me? Or was there like a rebellious teenager that used to live in this room? And so she confirmed. She's like, yes, no, there was a person who did. The contractor like went over it with a coat of paint, and he'll come back and he'll paint over everything. I'm like, okay, thank you. I just wanted confirmation that I wasn't gonna die. It's, again, not out of the realm of possibility, because I keep hearing shit. Maybe it's because this place is too big. It's like I said earlier in the stream. This place is huge. And so I'm not used to having so much space. Like, we unpacked most of the boxes, minus like a few that Zach needs to do. This place is huge. Like, there's so much room. Even in my room, which now seems more full, but at the same time, I have a lot of space. Oh, man. Yeah, no, it was, I love how much space we have. It's a big place, and so, like, I think I'm still, like, trying to, like acclimate to the new place, because it still feels new. It doesn't feel, it feels like home, definitely. It doesn't feel like home. I'm still kind of like, we have a few more things to unpack, and I have a box of glasses that were gifted to us, like glass cups and stuff, and we were gifted that, like, when we first moved in, but I refused to take it out of the box, because then we're going to have to wash it, and I don't want to wash those dishes. I'm like, I need to just wash the fucking cups so we can stop using my mugs. And we need to put my mug rack up, because I have a shit ton of mugs. Okay, back to the question. Sorry, guys. On a positive note, I got to go to Disneyland for the first time in 3 years. Did you have fun? What's your favorite ride from Disneyland, Jacob? How much fun did we have? I've not seen Guardians. Are you guys going to be doing The Flash Season 9? Yes, we're catching up on Season 8. We only have like 4 episodes left to react to. I just need to edit it. Oh, maybe that's what I can do. After this, I'm going to edit, because I need to do some editing. Guardians 3 S tier movie, not even going to debate. Too emotional. Oh, wow. I heard it was I heard a lot of people cried. I don't know why. I just heard a lot of people cried. Yeah, I did. I also heard it was emotional. It's another movie that has both Godzilla and Kong working together to fight a new threat. Is it Mothra? Is it my boy, Mothra? I was always Team Godzilla, honestly and truly. Like, because I watched, like, the original, like it was, like, the 1970s movies that came out of Godzilla. He's the GOAT. He was the bad guy in Kong versus Godzilla, but, like, yeah, that's my boy. I keep thinking there's something there, but I think it's like the corner of my hat, like playing with my vision. I'm like, something's moving, like it's literally my head. We think my late grandmother haunts our house because whenever we talk about her, our smoke alarm would beep one time that night, just once. Wow, that's insane. So, one thing that my mom does, I love my mom dearly. I love her with all of her flaws. And one thing that she does is, like, something random will happen. That's my favorite thing. Something random would happen and she'd be like, that's grandma. I'm like, Mom, I love you. Not everything's grandma. So, to elaborate, for example, like, a few months ago, I was stressing. I was crying in my car, and I'm flipping the station, and then Drift Away started playing by Uncle Cracker, and that is my song that me and my grandmother used to always sing. I have the lyrics tattooed on my arm. Says, I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. And so whenever I hear that song, I'm like, hi, Grandma. Like, that's Grandma, okay? But Mom will see a fucking butterfly flying away, and she'll be like, that's Grandma. I'm like, no, Mom. Grandma has 7 kids. No, Grandma has 9 kids. I don't know how many grandkids. She is not watching us. She is not every single butterfly mom. She is everywhere else. Like just so random. Just a random butterfly flying. Like, she's like, that's Grandma. I'm like, no, Mom, it's not Grandma. Like, you can tell when it's Grandpa, but like that, like the randomest things would happen. Like, she'll see, and I love her bits and pieces, but Jesus Christ. Oh man, like, yeah. I know when it's Grandma, okay? I know when Grandma wants to make a decision, and it's not butterflies, it's ladybugs. Grandma liked ladybugs, and so whenever it's a ladybug, that's Grandma. I always love Disneyland. Favorite ride? That's a tough question because I love them all. Rise of the Resistance is the number one god-tiered fucking ride in Disneyland. But if I had to go with a classic, Pirates of the Caribbean. I loved Pirates of the Caribbean. I have a Philly. I love pirates. I love vampires. So my 2 favorite fictional devices is vampires and Pirates of the Caribbean. Or just pirates in general. I played a fucking pirate barbarian for 4 years in a D&D game. I love pirates. I love my baby. Oh, Mark, I miss my baby girl. If we're going absolute favorite, Rise of the Resistance, absolutely true. No spoilers, but Flash Season 9, Episode 10 was S tier in mode. Wow, I'm excited. I thought there was only 13. Is there 13 episodes in the Flash final season, or is it 10? We're gonna get to it. I think we're waiting until after I'm done with school. Cause whoa. Lots of things happening. Damn, I can't believe I'm already almost done with school. Yeah, my last week is the week of graduation. I graduate on the 24th. Brittany graduates in 3 days. Space Mountain is a G. Space Mountain is... Oh, it is 13. Okay. Space Mountain. Fucking love Space Mountain. It's great. Good times. My favorite Disneyland trip, aside from... I'd single ride. Yeah, absolutely same. I have multiple times, like Disneyland. I love... Every single time I go to Disneyland is fun. It was fun on the Bachelorette trip for Nikki's Bachelorette when we went, because we just lost it. We had so much fun going to Disneyland for Nikki's Bachelorette. It was a lot of fun. But the second was me and Zach's anniversary, like our first anniversary. I was in a car accident and my knee was fucked up, and so I was in a wheelchair. But then we got wheelchair access, so we were zipping through Disneyland and California Adventure because I ADA. And so one thing I really enjoyed, though, because we were there for 2 days. We did 1 day Disney, 1 day we did 1 day Disney, 1 day California Adventure, and I had the little wheelchair. And so my favorite thing to do that Zach really enjoyed too, because he was pushing me. So what I would do is, because Zach would be like, start your engine, and he's behind me pushing me, right? So he'll be like, start your engine. I'm like, okay. And I put on my seatbelt. I go like this, and then I would like go like this, and so Zach would be like bobbing and weaving, so like as if I'm driving the wheelchair. And so we'd be racing up and down Main Street and throughout California Adventure, just going like this, and I'm just like beep beep, like fucking around. That was really fun, and we went through all of Tomorrowland in like 30 minutes because we just went straight to the we just went straight in because, you know, wheelchair access. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yes, it is 13. What's your next plan - goal after school ends? Well, I recently got a job offer as game audio test analyst for Sony PlayStation. I start on the 30th. I'm so excited and nervous at the same time. it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. But holy fuck, I'm so nervous. Yeah, I just want to do a good job. And so, rewind back to earlier when I was crying my eyes out. I was like, dude, I'm not good enough for Sony. I was like, I'm not good enough for this job. I was freaking the fuck out. But yeah, I just have to accept that everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect. I just need to remind myself that. So yeah, next plan goal, Sony PlayStation. I don't know where. I don't know what's gonna happen after that. I'm hoping to graduate from, because I'm game audio test analyst, so I'm hoping I can like go into the sound design field through here, work my way up, and so yeah, that's the plan after I graduate. We have to come up with a new day to react though, because we usually react Wednesdays because I have school and stuff, but now I'm gonna work starting the 30th, working for PlayStation. I'm gonna be working 10 to 7 Monday through Friday, and so I'm like, if we can't record on Sundays, then we're definitely gonna have to talk about the future of fandom reactions, because I can no longer make those days. And so yeah, we'll see. I don't think it's the end. If anything, we're gonna go through like a different weird like transition thing, or we'll figure it out. We always do. So yeah, that's my plan after graduation, and just continue working my way up. I got to go on the new ride too, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. How is it? Did you have fun? I saw a tweet recently that reminded me that Teen Titans is 20 years old this year. Jesus Christ. That was my favorite show. The Teen Titans was my gateway drug to DC. I'll say it every single time. Gateway drug. That's what it was. My cheeks hurt. I quite literally was crying all morning though. So, and I have a slight headache. So I think I'm going to end this here. We've been streaming for almost an hour. This is therapeutic. And yeah, I think I'm going to relax a bit more. I don't know if I'm going to go in tomorrow. I should go in tomorrow. Yeah, I should go in tomorrow. Mama didn't raise no quitter. She didn't raise a quitter. I think I'm going to do some homework, finish editing, and just try to take it easy. Maybe me leaving my headphones there was like the sign to be like, Brianna, don't push yourself too much. I'm probably going to get an early night. I'm probably going to fall asleep early. Yeah. It's adorable. You'd love it. Okay, next time I go, I'll have to go and I'll have to tell you how it is. We need to meet up, Jacob. Like, we need to stop this. We need to actually, like, hang out. You're close to me. Why haven't we hung out? What is the hold up? Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. I feel like I just needed to vent that out, to the abyss. Like, I talked to like Zach about it. He picked me up, and I talked to Alex, and my coworkers were great. And I told Hannah and Nikki, I told the girls, like, everyone knows, but I felt like I just needed to get it all out, and I genuinely feel better now. Just gonna try again tomorrow. It'll be a bit better tomorrow. So I'm gonna take a shower. Just gonna relax tonight. But was it Webhead or was it, who said it earlier? It's just like, even on like OF, it's therapeutic when I'm talking. I'm like, dude, it's therapeutic for me. Yeah, I'm getting my stuff out there into the void where no one listens. Yes, we'll talk, Jacob. We'll talk. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you for hanging out. It's been fun. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. I might stream again next week. We'll see. I want to try to go back to like a regular like streaming schedule. Yes, I got my water. I want to, now that I'm gonna have a good night, Michael. Now that like I'm gonna be done with school and like having like a steady job, like a Monday through Friday 10 to 7 job, I think I'm gonna come out with like a regular like streaming schedule too, where like one day I'll stream on YouTube and then the next day I'll stream on Twitch. It's still in the works. I want to get into it. Now that I have time, now I don't have to turn in anything. I could just do this. So yeah, it's in the works, but we'll talk about it. I will see you guys next time.